baby? Because I know my son is 11, Christopher, so I know he was close in age to him, but I wasn't sure exactly, the age difference. Oh, see, that's what people are saying. They don't have Facebook. The only thing I hate is I can't really broadcast that we're going to be on. I'm not going to put a picture up, but like there's no reminders, no events, stuff like that. It's 11, he'll be 12 in January. In April. Okay, so your baby is, okay, so mine is 11, he'll be 12 in November, so yours is older than mine. Cool. Well, it would be good to see him. My baby is tall, girl. He is super tall. I think he's taller than me right now. All right, so if you are joining us, tell me who's in here and where you from. We give people time to come on in the room. Everybody must be sleeping tonight because by now my Facebook used to be jumping. They going real slow. But tired as I am, y'all might be in by yourself. Keep on playing. Anyway. So, what school does he go to, Tiffany? All right, welcome. Who's on here? I guess I haven't seen anybody that's familiar from Facebook. Just come on in and join and say hello. Crazy Jacks, Apple join. Hey, Crazy Jacks. Molly in Virginia. Okay, Kaylee. Okay. Hey, Tina from New Orleans. All right. So come on in the room. We give this first time for people to join. I don't know why. Some days I get a bunch of texts saying you late. You're supposed to be here at 8. And then some days it take a minute for the audience to build up. So I don't know which days are, which one is better than the other. But, I definitely appreciate my husband just got home from work. So I started on. So trying to give everybody time to get in. Michelle Johnson from Orlando. Well, welcome. For those of you, hey, Shannon Nicole Clark, saying I'm new to this, so you gotta help me out. Okay, well, Tiffany, I'm new to Instagram Live. I don't really know how this works. So Black Love is a marriage group. We are based out of Orlando. We do different events, like we have a Christmas gala every year. We've done cruises, like a Rock the Boat, Valentine's Cruise. We do picnic, like fun days in the park for adults, like what we did, like, it was more like, was it dodgeball, double dutch, tag, it was tag, tug of war. Was that what it's called? Tug of war.
You said double dutch.
I ain't mean double dutch, whatever. But it's stuff that you do. But it's just a way of helping you to reconnect with your spouse. And it's funny because we have a lot of single people that watch our broadcast every Monday. And I would have never thought that was the case, but they do, and I really appreciate the support. The funny thing is, Mr. Thomas has joined. Ow. Babe, you gonna beat me up?
Yep.
Oh, my Lord. We gonna work on him. So, Michaela from Georgia. Hush, boy. So, we have, like I said, a lot of single people that are maybe not in either shot.
Okay. Keep talking.
Can we not talk this off? You gonna get a whooping. What kind of cereal are you right now? I'm gonna tell you. So anyway, we just come on every Monday. We talk about different topics and relationship, marriage. You need to share it from your page. Though.
Relationship, marriage.
Relationship, marriage. Yeah, because relationship or marriage, either or. But anyway, just wanted to take a minute. I don't know if people got a chance to. Well, I know, Tiffany, for you that's on Instagram, you wouldn't have. I posted a video of my husband speaking, and he was talking about. Okay, the topic of his sermon was there's some holes in this house. We're just gonna start there with the foolishness. You did it to your page or your timeline? And it was quite hilarious because he had to evolve the message. And so there was when he first said the title, I was like, okay. But then when he continued to talk about, what was it, Gomer and who else? What did you name him? So he was talking about God told him to marry a known prostitute, and it's more than what you would say that you would do. Like if somebody tell you, like right now, if you bring home, say hey baby to everybody. Oh my God, I can't stand him. Why she got to play so much? So that was
what?
If you bring home somebody to your mom and they're known for being busy in the street, typically your mom will be like, I know. I'm trying to pull it back. Okay, that's good, man. No, this one I need you to be in. Get your life. So, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You pinch me in the table, y'all. You pinch me.
Well, I'm not.
So anyway, typically if, you bring home somebody home that's less than stellar, your people don't think that you losing your mind for marrying this hoe or somebody that's busy. But sometimes you gotta know what God tells you to do, which is very strange because I never ever looked into that story like that. But in there, he talked about marriage being like cereal. And hey Jennifer from New York, good evening. Marriage being like cereal, and it talks about the different types of cereal. And I posted on Facebook, and that same day it was over 1,000 views and shares, and people were saying how wonderful it was and how it helped them or it made sense to them. So if you get a chance, I can't post the whole thing on Instagram because it's not Instagram will give you a minute. It's like 2.
Can't cut it down? Post it in 2 parts?
You can post it in 2 parts probably, but I didn't, so. Hey Danielle, thank you Facebook for joining us. If you take a minute and on your left hand side, Facebook, hit the share button, share. So when we get into our topic, oh Lord, Robert is in the building. Why Lord?
Young Robert.
So, but anyway, so did anybody, okay, so on my Facebook Live side, did anybody see the video about what type of cereal is your marriage? Because it has been getting a lot of traction. And, it's so funny when God tell you to post stuff and to share stuff. Because that sermon was last year?
Yep, last year.
Last year. But, just the time that it's so impactful and it helps people because people need analogies. Did anybody get a chance to see it yet? Everybody sleep today.
Hey, Manic Monday.
So, anyway, let's say, ooh, nothing much. Just had a baby girl in schooling. Oh, you just had a baby. Congratulations.
Exactly. Congrats.
Look, is that your first baby, Robert? Not that you had the baby, but is that y'all first baby?
Right. He was an integral part.
What integral part was that?
He donated
some sperm?
Yeah.
That's nasty. No, but I'm going to watch it. I really, really, really suggest. I wish you don't know how to do. I'm about to go in and do it where you can put the link in there.
No.
Okay, so I want you guys to watch it because it was talking about marriage and cereal. Do you feel like you think you can remember what was?
No. I don't remember.
Well, I remember 10th. Wait a minute. There's a 10th child. I'm just joking. Okay. So tonight we are going over and saying, I'm new, so I'm trying to learn. Do y'all have a church now? No, we don't have a church. We go to other churches and speak and other events, not just churches, we do. And if you look on the page, you don't have Facebook though. Shoot. Because a lot of our videos and stuff and events.
But you can go to YouTube. All of our videos.
Oh yeah, we have a go to YouTube page. We got our videos and our stuff that we do on here.
What's our YouTube page?
Like once we finish it here, we'll download it and I'll upload it to YouTube, and then you can watch it there.
What's our YouTube channel?
Well, you can tell them, honey. Why you want me to be the only one that know our YouTube stuff? What's our YouTube stuff, honey?
I asked you.
It's Black Love United, baby.
Okay,
Everything is Black Love United.
Okay.
It's a trick question.
No, when I asked the question, you asked.
Ooh, he told me. I got
go.
served. Anyway.
In that order.
So, tonight the topic was, do you have to change to be married?
Change what?
Who you are. Really? You doing a call and response right now?
What's call and response?
Like the preachers do, they'll say, they'll talk and they'll say something, the Congress got to answer. Change what? Won't you do it?
Nah, I don't
Read.
know
So, we had the topic come up some weeks ago about, I forgot what the topic was, but one girl said her husband said, I'm not going to change who I am. I think he said, like, I married you. Do you remember anyway what she said?
Yeah, that wasn't it. I know. She said that her husband act like he was single and they were married, and he said he wasn't going to change that.
Okay, we were talking about something. Okay, so anyway,
that was the comment that sparked this topic.
Right. So the big thing is, we've heard that before. I think some things should be adjusted. Correct. Now there are some differences between. Let me back this up, son. There are some differences between, like, I don't. Okay, so when you get married, oftentimes you get married and you say that you say you love the person and you want to be married, but you come into the marriage with a single mindset, and you have to learn the married mindset. Agreed?
That is true. A lot of times you want to get married, you want to have the best of both worlds.
What's the best of both worlds?
Please stop bothering that. That means having a good time with your boys and then having somebody to come home to as well. A lot of times people have that. But that's more, like you said, more of a single mindset.
Well, so you have to, anybody, like, you can be a great single person, but when you get married, you have to learn how to be a great married person. But that takes practice, it takes knowledge, it takes training, it takes God, it takes time. Takes effort, you said?
Effort, yep.
So, a lot of times people say, I've lost myself in my marriage. I mean, what do you think when they say I lost myself in my marriage? You think that's the same thing as not changing, or?
It means different things for different people. It just depends on what they gave up, or what situation they're in. So it's hard to say that exclusively means that, but it could.
Okay, so it depends on who you are and your character, I believe. And that's true, Robert. But there are some things that you're going to have to change when you get married. That's just a given. If you're going to be the same thing that you are, I mean, when you get married, when you're single and when you get married, then what's the purpose?
Right.
Because, you're now not out for self. You are you have a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a team now. Like, I think about a basketball team. Like, of course, when they're doing their contract negotiations, their main focus is how much money they're going to get, what's the benefits and perks they're going to get. However, even once you get that, when you get to the team, if the team don't win, we don't win. If the team did not win the championship, you can have a gazillion points, but your team still lost.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, a lot of, since I coach, and a lot of kids these days don't care about wins and losses. All they care about is the stats. So as soon as the game is over, they want to see the stat book, see how many points I had, how many assists, how many rebounds. They don't care whether we won or lost. Well,
but then, okay, so you said the kids these days, but they brought that over into their adult life because, it's not about, I had to take the L so my family wins. It's that I'm going to get what I want to get. I'm going to do what I want to do because I'm grown, as opposed to let's do what's best for the family. And Tiffany says you have to respect one another. You have to respect for one another
and loyalty.
Oh, okay, that's abbreviated. And loyalty. And that's true. The problem is there are some people who just married the wrong person. I'm just gonna go and put that out there. Laughing like not even stats. They just want to.
Steph Curry, though. That's correct.
They want to shoot threes out there. We had that yesterday, didn't we? At tryouts.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the funny thing is, I lost my train of thought. What I was saying before he had. I mean, you know what I said? Remember what I was talking about? No.
You start reading. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was talking before I started reading. Okay. Anyway, in marriage, there are give or takes. Now, I hear people say that I had to give up everything. Now, of course, like Cedric said, there are different things. What is everything? A lot of times when you're talking about they had to give up everything, it could be like hanging out and going to the club and this and that. That's right. I was talking about marrying the wrong person. I think that, thank you, Valerie. I think that a lot of people marry the wrong person. We marry for the wrong reasons. We marry for convenience,
money,
fineness. Sex, fineness. Mm-hmm. She got big booty, so I call her big booty. Status.
No, I think women get married more for fineness than men.
Really? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's loud.
You serious? You think that?
Yeah.
Women get married for fineness, like a man being fine?
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that.
Why would you not?
Depends on why you married for love or financial security or children. Right, but okay, so he's saying that he believes that most women marry for fineness.
I didn't say most. I said more women than men.
Okay, but I think men marry a chick that's fine or cute, you know, like that kind of stuff, more so than women. They want this dime piece on their arm.
Okay, we want the same thing.
But you said more.
And that's my opinion. Because you see more women with guys than you want to, like, why are they together? No job, no nothing.
But usually it's because he can lay it down. That's usually because he laying down meat. He ain't got to be fine, but if he can lay it down, that's why they tell you don't have sex before marriage, because it clouds your judgment. Because you like, dude did some strange things last night, so we can work through anything. All right, ladies, tell me from right now.
I don't know about dude doing anything. I'm on there.
But I'm saying, so it's not about the fact that he's fine, but if he can lay it down, and especially if he makes you feel good, then you kind of leave everything else to the wind when you should have, you know, you saw all the red flags, but you ignored them.
No, I still think it's a woman thing.
Okay.
But, so, yeah, people get married for all types of reasons, not always good reason. And a lot of times, if somebody's saying they have to go everything, that means that they might not necessarily marry the wrong person, but you didn't have the right conversation before you got married. Because the person that's married, you should accept you for who you are.
Okay, but see now, but that's the part that gets shady and in like that gray area, because people say you married me like this, or you knew who I was before you married me, but okay, who you are in middle school is not who you are in high school. Who you are in high school is not who you are as an adult. So you should grow and evolve as you know better. You do better. So yes, I can marry you as, you know, a young Cedric Thomas, but hopefully at some point in time you're gonna be a grown Cedric Thomas.
Yeah, but you missed the point. I still shouldn't have to give up everything to marry you. Meaning, like, stop talking to any of my friends, stop doing things I like to do because you want to have all of my time and all of my attention.
Okay, so that's
everything.
I'm saying, but everybody's idea of everything is not that.
I'm just saying, if your idea is you giving up everything and everything means everything, then that's too much.
But I'm saying we've had people that say everything, but it's not necessarily everything. It's just that the stuff they used to do when they were single that that they couldn't do as a married person. So that's everything to them because they hadn't switched to the married mindset.
Yeah, but I think that's an outlier. I don't think that's the rule.
Avoiding child support to move out of your mama's house. Well, that's true. People do marry for stuff like that. You lose yourself. Now, listen, you can lose yourself. And I'm going to say sometimes it's not bad when you lose yourself when you're trying to establish something. Because you got to grind sometime in the beginning to get where you need to be so you can chill.
Well, I agree and disagree with that. The only bad thing about it is when you lose yourself, then you have a level of resentment toward the other person because you're not you and you don't know who you are. So how can you be a successful person and committed to the other person and grow if you don't know who you are?
I disagree with a lot of that. Not that I think that people do sometimes just lose themselves altogether. But I think that the stuff that I know personally that I felt like I lost or I had to give up was because my mindset was not a married mindset. And I was thinking more about Angie and not Team Thomas. When you go to Team Thomas, things are not about, I couldn't go out to Chili's with my homegirls. I couldn't this because we on a budget. It is more of, I know we got to go. We trying to get, A, B, C, and D, and then they take some sacrifices.
Yeah, but you thinking about it from your own personal experience. You
Well,
have to think about it from a holistic point of view. That's where you're missing the boat.
Well, I was trying to give more than one scenario because everybody that use the same words don't mean the same thing. So sometimes when you say I gave up everything is not really everything. It's just some stuff that I have enjoyed over time, or I used to do that. You have to change. Okay, so right, I say I agree to shave. I agree to shave off some stuff, but don't be a dummy and no longer have an original thought because you're married. Correct. Now, see, I think that's when it's too much. When, like, they say, what do you want to drink? Whatever you like. What you want to eat? Whatever you like. That's one of those moments that you don't ever want to be there, because typically when they marry you for something that you have, your thought process. They like, y'all, mesh well together, conversations, whatever it was. And if you just become deaf, dumb, and mute and just like, I'm going to do whatever you want me to do, then you're not giving any challenges. What does that say?
That's what says you'll suffocate yourself by losing yourself, mad at yourself and others when you cannot do you.
I think some people marry for love but don't know what love is because they don't know how to love themselves. Now, a bigger question, is love enough? I don't think love is enough for me. It takes more than love, because you can love your family members and don't like them and can't live with them and can't be with them. So love is not enough.
Right. Cheryl Sharp says, I missed hers.
Would not be that way. Should not be.
But she said something
too far.
about that.
Yeah.
Why do you have to change your entire identity? Should not be that way.
Right, but see, I'm still saying, and Cedric and I, we do this often. We have a conversation. We disagree on stuff.
Well, you're not changing your identity so much as you're meshing your identity with another person.
But you're saying that I'm still on the part when it says that why should I have to give up? You shouldn't have to give up everything. But everybody's idea of everything is different, and I really feel like it depends on who the person is, but you are going to have to give up some things. And at some point in time, in most marriages, somebody felt like they lost themselves, they don't have an identity. Because usually it's one person trying to be the super whatever, super wife, super husband, super whatever. And then they find themselves losing themselves because they're just trying to please the other person. But when you get to a marriage where you're a team, then we're both trying to please each other.
Right. I agree with that, but that, like I said, there's going to be something you have to give up, but you shouldn't have to give up everything. Now, what the definition of everything is, that varies.
Okay, now that says Wayne. He says 2 halves making a whole, or 2 wholes becoming something else. Yeah, we don't believe in the 2 halves making a whole, because you should let God complete you, and you should be complete by yourself before you marry. That's why so many marriages are jacked up, because I come into marriage broken, half, whatever, and then I want you to fix me.
Right.
And I need you to complete me. And then that means that
that's never going to work.
And then I'm smothering you. Then you feel smothered. So one person feel like I can't get enough. The other person feel like, oh my God, if you don't leave me alone. So, the whole you complete me thing, that's movie stuff. we should complement each other. I should be whole and complete without you, and you should be whole and complete without me. So we come together, like you said, we're going to create something. But too often, there's no, like that song saying, there's no me without you. Okay, that sounds really good, but that's stupid. Because then that means that I can't function without you. I mean, I know in theory, it's just talking about I love you so much. But it has to be more to it than that.
Right, and if that's how you feel, it's more than love. There's something going on there. Something wrong with that mind.
Which one?
If you say you can't function without you, that's some stalker stuff. Anyway.
If you lose your identity, that's not the person for you. You got to move on. Life's too short. Now, see, Tiffany, and that's what we're talking about now. I agree, but when people use the same term, all of us can use one term and it means something different to all of us. For instance, when Cedric said I didn't respect him when we first got married, well, shoot, for years. And then I felt like I did stuff to remedy that, but my idea of respect was different than his idea of respect. So when I say all, my idea oh God, I can't even talk. My idea of all is different than his idea of all. And the same thing with any word you use. So it's very important to know what the definition of that word is. Hey, Bud. Bud said he lost identity. But then the other side of losing your identity is you can, if there has been infidelity in a relationship, sometimes the other person starts smothering you, and then the person that, now I ain't doing nothing, but now I feel like you smothering me. The other part of that is if, okay, so if we didn't have, like just say if you smother me and I don't have a conversation, I don't talk to you about it, then what you'll find is somebody go binge. Like they might just leave, not come home for days. You see couples, you think like, how you get that part where you don't come home for days? Well, that's because
they need a break.
They just need a break. But that's because you didn't use your words. Like they tell you in kindergarten, use your words. They say, you want something? Use your words. I can't hear your head. Because...
Well, that sounds good in theory, but if you're not fostering an environment that's conducive to somebody having a conversation with you, they're not going to use their words. If you flying off the handle, you're not listening, I'm not going to come and have a conversation with you. It's not going to happen. That's not what men do.
That's true.
So you need to make sure as a spouse that you are fostering an environment of open communication without judging, is loving and positive.
So quickly for Facebook Live on the left hand side, please hit share it to your page so people can join our conversation. But that's what we talk about, learning how to have that environment where you can have a conversation. Because for years we couldn't talk about stuff. He tell me something. Oh, you want her? Oh, she fine. Oh, I'm ugly. Oh, this, that, and the other. Everything was so exaggerated and extreme and over the top that you ask, baby, da 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 da, and when he answers to give you the answer, you act like you lost your mind. So no, he's not going to tell you the truth. No, he's not going to respond. I'm saying but the same thing with men. If you ask. If you tell your husband something and he be acting all emotional, because there's some emotional men out there now.
Right. All right, let's get to some of these comments. Valerie says you must know who you are as a person. That way you can determine what you are willing to give up as far as working towards a successful marriage and not feel like you're losing yourself. Love is not always enough. Dominique said love isn't always enough. It's the decision to keep trying. Jessica says, what does it mean when they ask you to marry them but don't rush to get married? You might better speak to that one.
Okay, so who's that?
Jessica.
Okay, Jessica. So Jessica, how long have y'all been together? Because there's a couple things that could be going on. One of which is a lot of times a man will ask you to marry him because he's tired of you bugging him. So, if you've been my girlfriend for years, let me go and say be engaged. We can be engaged for some more years. It's another way to go to another step. Because people like saying fiance as opposed to girlfriend. So, a lot of times they do that next step just to get you to shut up.
Or she might have gave him an ultimatum and he did that just because he likes her and he might not necessarily want to lose her, but he don't want necessarily to marry her either.
So, like we were talking about...
buying more time.
But, okay, we talked about how somebody... we knew was with somebody for years, had children with them, and then they broke up. He met somebody else and married them with like 6 months. Why is it that he could be with this one that he said he loved dearly, got children from 15 years or whatever, but then he get with this new chick and he married her right away? I mean, is there something... I mean, I really believe that people know when they want to marry somebody in the beginning.
Well, a lot of times, like, you just get comfortable. And once you get comfortable, unless something major happens to derail it, you just kind of go with the flow. And even though it might not be the best situation for you, you just...
So you don't feel like you should give an ultimatum?
You can. I'm just saying, just be ready for the...
What? Okay, so is there a difference between ultimatum and... what's the word I want to look for?
What?
Like, I can have a set of standards for me. Ultimatum and standards. Like, you know what? I didn't think I was going to be in a relationship with you, living together, or whatever the case may be for 3 years.
Because if you had standards, it would never got to that point.
That's not true. You let your standards get lax for somebody that you really care about.
Not necessarily.
Maybe not you, because you so non-emotional, but the normal person will.
No, you're non-emotional. First of all, let me tell you my business. You doing the most right now. Second of all, you...
Hey, Delona.
You calm that down.
The relationship has to evolve.
Wait. Oh. We way behind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cheryl said that's where communication is important and friendship is necessary. That's true. Ms. Renteria Jones, bottom, you must... What did I say? I guess bottom line, you must grow together. I know that I get bored with some conversation I have with my spouse.
Why you got some surprise for everybody?
Cheryl Schreiber. Zach Crystal says, change should take place in a marriage, but it must be done willingly to master your marriage. When you change willingly, you see your growth together. Ryan says, my wife knows music is life to me. Music is my mistress, my outlet. I loved her enough to give it up to be with her, but she loved me enough to not allow me to give it up. That's nice.
Yeah.
Cheryl says, the relationship has to evolve to a place of deeper commitment and deeper friendship. This creates partnership.
Correct.
And then, I guess it's Renitra. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. It says soulmate. With question mark. What are you making a comment, or she asking something?
Are you asking? Is there such thing as soulmate? What's your? I see it just says soulmate with question marks. So to go back to some of the other comments until she responds, when it says, I mean, I think that friendship is a huge part of a successful marriage. I remember the time I told you that if we were to ever divorce, what I would miss the most would be our friendship.
No, I think you said you would miss the sex first. And then
I did not say that. He lied. I did not say that.
What you said.
I did not say that. Oh my God, he sucked. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's what
that
you
is not what I said.
Like, you got divorce. The most important thing that I meant is you giving me your stuff.
That is not what I said. Did he worm? Oh my God! Did he just worm y'all?
Really? Is that what you? She's like, yeah. Oh, and the friendship too. Is like, no, that's nice.
No. Okay,
that's
so cool. I was having a serious moment. He done took it there.
Cool and everything like that.
No, don't say don't tell the truth. Say it. No.
Look, Ryan said, you know, you said that exactly.
Listen. First of all, you know, I really would miss the sex. We might have to just stay married and not come and get me some or something. But what I missed?
That's right.
That was she. But get off to my she missed the sex.
Exactly.
You had to have 3 or 5 year plan in life. You know, anyway, right. Listen. First of all, that is not what I said. I told him.
Why are you beating on the table? That's what you said. That's what you said.
No. But I did tell him that it's important to communicate with one another and learn to listen to one another, always put God first, and keep it real with each other. Correct.
That's true.
Now,
you got to be careful with keeping it real, though, because
everybody can't take real.
Right. You have to be wise about what your spouse can handle at that particular time.
Look at Nia talking about she'll miss the sex, too. Listen, right. I'll miss... Okay, so we got to go back. Evangelist said you should never become complacent with each. But listen, but you know, but majority of marriage do become complacent at some point in time in their marriage.
Well, you have to guard against it. Everybody becomes complacent. You just have to be actively doing stuff to, come out of that. Bud said you shaking just thinking about it.
Whatever. Going into I done been up like the last 3 nights to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning like we 12. I'm old. I got to go to bed.
Right. Man, get you some rest. I'm hydrating right now for this evening.
Wait. Ryan, get it. He's drinking water.
Get my fluids in.
When keeping it real goes wrong, right? But you know what though? Okay, so I can't deal with him. Stop drinking that water like that.
I gotta hydrate, get my fluids.
No, I'm not joking, y'all. The last like 3 or 4 nights we've been up to Ryan. I'm about to block Ryan from my broadcast. I can't stand you. The last 3 or 4 nights, Bud. I don't even know how to block people from Instagram Live, but I will.
Stay hydrated.
The last 3. Look, this is my sleepy time herbal resting tea. I'm gonna rest tonight.
Get you some rest.
I was struggling to get up this morning because I was up all night. What time was it? About 3:30, 4 o'clock?
I don't know. I guess.
We was gonna cuddle.
There you go.
For the 17th night.
Hydrate. Keep your fluids
Anyway, we digress. Okay, looking like a Gatorade commercial, right? But I'm old. When you talking about 3 or 4 nights in a row to 3 o'clock in the morning, that's for the bird. That's for y'all children trying to prove something. We got 5 kids. We good.
Right. Yeah. Keeping it real means you have to be careful. Not only what you say,
but how you
say it. Because there's certain buzzwords that send your spouse over the edge. You need to know what those words are and refrain from saying those words.
Well, okay. So Cedric and I do premarital counseling and help different couples with relationship issues. And oftentimes, it wasn't until we started doing this so frequently that I realized that what we have is so different. We tell everything. Everything is too much sometimes. So I'm writing that now to dumb tale. Can't stand to our hydration. Because, like, sometimes he tell me, I be like, the dude, that's too much. I asked for him to share, but now you done went crazy. You went all the way nuts. So, like to talk about the ex, or we see it, like we've seen his ex, they talk to me. I've seen my ex, we talk to each other like even ex, you had one of my ex that, who do you have, y'all was, yeah, they talk on the phone, like he did something.
I don't remember, probably.
But I'm saying, but because we have a relationship where I don't feel like I gotta worry about, you know what? I ain't studying you, but I'm about to block you.
Okay, Renisha said, in response to the comment made about the guy marrying the woman he knew for a short period of time versus the woman he had years with, it's crucial to marry your soulmate, your best friend, etc.
But what is a soulmate? Say it's crucial to marry a soulmate, but what? Because Cedric and I disagree on what a soulmate is.
Right, exactly. Not only that, like, even if, say, the person is your soulmate, it may not be the right time for you to be together because timing is very important.
Very important. But just like
you can be with the right person at the wrong time and it still won't work.
But like we have a pretty good relationship, a pretty good open relationship. Not open like what we share, like open like we talk about stuff that I guess average people don't talk about. But the problem is, if you Bud on Instagram Live, they ask, what is a soulmate?
Right.
Well, when I asked Ced about a soulmate, his view and like his whole theory was so different than mine.
Right.
So, again, one of those words that people use all the time, but what does it really mean? Remember you used to feed him Kool-Aid and really? T.O., really? Who taught you guys how to fight fair? Okay.
That was a long week. Well, first of all, we had many different things that we did to feed into our marriage and to learn tools of how to fight fair. And then, after learning the different tools and researching and things of that nature, we had to put it into practice and see which methods.
I think he gave. No,
that's not what
Wayne, that's not what happened. See, He didn't give you a church answer. This is a Sunday school answer. The first 5 years of our marriage was pure hell. We went to different
counseling after that, right?
You didn't mention that. That's where we learned.
I said many different methods.
You said we researched. We didn't research that method until after we had to learn how to deal before we would kill each other.
Was we had many different methods of feeding our marriages, meaning counseling. We went to what's it called, things? Conferences. We went to all kind of stuff.
Too elaborate. But this is the thing. So, okay, we went to
All you need to know is Nia said get all the rest you can. Because I'm getting ready.
Who said that?
Nia.
I'm about to break up with Nia.
Get ready.
Ryan, all y'all. Because I am not a spring chicken. And so I'm going to bed tonight. Today was rough.
So you go, because it's all right, go to bed. I like it when you go to bed. Sleep. That's better.
Ain't never did nothing sleep. Your big behind can't sneak up on nobody. Shut up.
I ain't trying to sneak. Go to sleep.
Anyway,
how long we been married? Soulmate is hard to define. Too elaborate. Keep it simple. Well,
okay, over here. How long y'all been married? We've been married. Be 15 years in April, but we've been together for 17, almost 18.
Soulmate. Well, I don't remember. What did I say about soulmate?
You can't break up with me. We family. You know, family break up all the time, but I still love you.
Huh?
I
think I said that.
Okay, so just tell what you think your definition of soulmate.
I don't remember. I'm getting off. I think I said something.
Everything I asked you tonight.
Look, it's been a long day. I just got home.
Soulmate, that person who fills your voids, gives you strength in your weak areas, and ultimately continues to build a friendship while married. Well, first of all, no person should be one that fills your void. That's my opinion. That's what God is there for. Because if they fill your void, if they stop doing whatever you need, then you feel empty and you looking for them to fulfill you.
Well, no, that we are also, I don't know if you saw other broadcasts, but we previously talked about the motivation behind why you got married. And was it service-based? Like, was your spouse doing a particular thing for you, and that's why you liked them, fell in love with them, married them? And so if they stop doing that particular service, what happens? And that's what you're saying. If they fill a void and they stop, then what happens? You get divorced because they're not doing X, Y, Z anymore?
Well, so so before we go back, we were on, somebody said something.
What?
We talked about soulmate. Look at him. You need to find me Angie Thomas. No, bud. You too much like Angie Thomas.
Right.
You need to, you too much like, and you the male version of what Angie was. So that's gonna be a long drug.
They asked what the topic was on Instagram. Do you have to change to be married? Was the topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We were trying to find what a soulmate. I think my view was that anybody can become a soulmate if you're open to to change and to them putting in the work. Then they can morph into a soulmate. It's not like you just everybody you meet is, oh yeah, we ought to be perfect for each other. It doesn't work like that.
I don't really. I believe a soulmate does not have to be made a conjure. It's just like, why they come up with that phrase like you complete me? Because it just seems like everything just goes together.
And sell books.
What is that? What does it say over here?
Change is constant.
Instagram Live. This right here.
It says you are exactly right. Being careful what you say and how you say it. Totally agree. How do you talk to a person without the person feeling a certain kind of way? Okay.
So let me stop. I want to go back. Somebody asked us, how do we learn how to fight fair?
All right.
So we did go to some like relationship 101. Like our church had like a whole thing. It was a series every week.
Right.
We learned the tools and we tried them in theory, but we failed because, well, this says you supposed to this. It was not the fact that we were trying to.
We tried them, but the motivation was wrong.
Right.
We were trying just to get the other person to do. Well, they said you should this that.
Right.
And the other person like, well, they said you should.
So we did, counseling, pastoral counseling, but we also did regular counseling, which a lot of couples don't like to do. We also did another couple, like how we have couples that when they're going through stuff that we have accountability, where we meet with you every week, whatever thing is, and we help to resolve it, to help you to get the tools. We can't fix it for you, but we can give you the tools that we got, because, a fight back when we was back early on, would be like, you so stupid, your whole family stupid. That's why your whole family crazy, and your daddy got a big ear, your daddy got a big old head. That's why your daddy this, that, the other, your daddy even that, your daddy this. That's why your daddy and your mama ain't even married. It was attacking each other and not the problem. Right. So once we learned that, you can't, like, the funny thing is when we first got married, there are some arguments right now and some stuff that we said that was very hurtful that we both can tell you what the other person said. Right. That means that we did too much damage to each other.
Well, yeah, you can't change it now, but if you're newly married, it would behoove you to limit the damaging things that you say. Also, I thought about too is a closer relationship with God makes it easier to fight fair, because you're submitting to a higher authority and you know that you should be treating people in a certain type of way.
Right. Because just like when you do something at work and you can get them back and God tells you, don't say nothing. Hold your peace. That's the kind of stuff that you have to listen to at home. But it's hard because I don't want them to think they won. I don't want them to think they beat me. I don't want them to think... But understand that by you being quiet and submitting to God, He's growing you up, but He's developing that other person. My husband is not a big apologizer. Go figure. The Thomas man. So great at apologizing. Not. But the times that I wanted him...
Let me tell him a bit.
That I was very upset. One time I remember I was on the phone. I was crying. I was upset. And I heard the door. He came in the house. And... look at your brother talking about, hey, you know y'all not big apologizers. Boy, bye. So... I wanted to say something. I was all crying, and God spoke to me clear as day, and He said, I had already had something I was going to say. I was going to get him. I was going to light him up and put my word. But God told me don't say anything, and He told him don't let him see me crying. Because if he loves me and he see me crying, he'd be like, oh, God.
I'm sorry.
What you going to do?
I ain't going to do it no more.
So.
Till tomorrow.
So anyway, I wiped my face and I laid in the bed and I just laid there and prayed and I listened to some, praise and worship music. And I think he took a shower or something. Then he came back out a little while later and just said, babe, I'm sorry, I don't want to fight, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't about whether he was right or wrong. It's just that he didn't want us to be at odds or want us to have any problems. So... it's not always about right or wrong. Like, I ain't going to say nothing because I'm right. But you can be right and divorced. You can be right and be single.
Right. Plus, I heard you crying when I came in.
You ain't hear me because I'm lying. He's lying. Oh, my God, I can't stand him.
You crying?
Oh, my gosh, I cannot stand him.
Anyway, JT said, I think people are confusing soulmate with God. I think soulmates complement you mentally, physically, spiritually, etc.
Okay.
J. Nicole says, hey, guys. Terrence says there is no script on how to. Using big words. JT said, hey, about that comment about the Thomas man. Danielle says... Hey,
okay, I need to read this over here because it's going away.
Oh, go ahead.
You guys really helped me today on how to approach my husband respectfully, especially when you are upset or disappointed with your spouse. Prayer is definitely the key. Okay, now I also posted a video about I posted a video and I posted some prayers that you can do in the times when you're upset, which is when you're not usually don't want to pray, but that's the time that you make the worst mistake and say something that you can't undo. So there's some scriptures, there's some prayers that's on the Facebook Live page. I think I put it on Instagram as well, on what to do and what to say. Some things you can pray when you're trying to ask God how to help you to watch your words in these certain situations when you're mad. Because the test don't come when everything is on the mountaintop. The test come when I can't stand him. And I want to get peace of my mind. But
T. Barry said, I just say nothing. That's not always good.
Yeah, that's not always good. People, that's what she always does. What she does. What does she do? What she does. What does she always do? But okay, but you said somebody else said you taught me how to approach him. But unless you go back and watch the video we have on, you can do it since you're on Instagram Live. You can go on YouTube. There's the one about communication, how to talk. Like anytime you start a conversation, like you do this and you did that, there's automatic wall come up because you're accusing me because you saying something I did.
Right.
Also, if ladies, we're notorious for this, and I don't do this anymore, but it's the worst thing, but almost all ladies do this, we need to talk. Don't say that. If you say we need to talk...
Or don't say, let me holler at you.
No, because they want that. But don't say we need to talk. Because nothing good has ever come after we need to talk. Why? Because if it's something good, you just going to start telling. Hey, guess what? Or... you'll never guess what happened or whatever. But we need to talk mean you did something, the kid did something has not happened. So if you say we need to talk, you're not going to get
proper response.
But like an open dialogue.
Right.
Okay, Instagram going up and up.
This one is too. Approach. Oh, he was saying that Bud said approach me crazy when she mad. Pecan 30 say straight.
And that's right, Bud. When that's the thing that women have to learn. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate them. That's the thing women learn. You know, when you get mad and you say stuff sideways, that is still a man. That's still the head of the household. You can't talk crazy like that because it's disrespectful, number one. And you don't get to pick and choose when they get to be the man and when they're the head. So if they the head, let them be the head. You gotta shut your mouth and be submissive and shut up and pray. God can check them more than you can. Please believe me.
JT said we need to talk means you need to belittle me. Corey say what's up? What's up, Corey?
Hey, Corey.
Danielle say what's up?
Yeah, so you know, and that's the thing. Whenever you say we need to talk, she has run through her mind all the stuff she want to say to you. And listen, he talking about effing Puerto Ricans. Really, Bud? My cousins, Jesus.
Oh, T. Berry said her husband will never apologize. Everything is always her fault.
Well, see, these are things that you have to go, like, my husband don't apologize much. But he tries not to fix it in other ways, like, if I said something, he'll try to remedy, through something else. And so you got to know who you have, but we learned that through going through counseling. Like, my mom and dad been married all my life. His mom and dad are divorced. And his dad has a bunch of different children with different women. So there's things that he brought that I didn't realize that was a problem. Because, see, sometimes we try to address what's happening right there. But your upbringing plays a big part in it. Right. Like, he's easy to cut people off. It's harder for me. Like... if that's family, whoever, if you do dirt to me, he's like, whatever, I'm just through. You ain't paying the bills to me, whatever. I'm kind of like trying to understand why they acting like that, why they do this. Did they take something I did the wrong way? But, you realize that a lot of this, and I can't speak to how he felt, but his daddy was not heavily involved in his life. I'm using that word lightly. But I'm sure he had many of days of disappointment where he expected his dad to come and didn't show up. So what happens is you just put up a wall so people can't hurt me anymore. And that can be from that or anything else in your life. If you had somebody that hurt you all the time, you put up a wall, and then now as an adult, if he think I'm going to hurt him, whatever, I don't need you, I own this. And so it takes a long time to realize that we had to do some counseling, but we had to have some intimate conversations, just sitting around to realize, because I used to think because it's a big guy, he didn't talk much, that he didn't have feelings, but he had a lot of feelings, but he just not like some women emotional.
A lot of feelings? What? Wait a minute.
You had a lot of feelings, but you wouldn't share them.
It make me sound kind of soft. Huh?
Boy, shut up.
Wait, hold on. Nicole says, my husband apologized sometimes, but not in person, only in text. Shut up is right. God would definitely move in any situation. Rose says she hate apologizing. That Leo kicked in.
I mean, okay.
Oh, JT says you want to be right or you want to be married.
But sometimes people don't want to. They don't. If you didn't learn that way, you don't know that's the issue. Just like if you go to counseling for stuff that's going on in your life right now, if you go to find any counselor and you go sit and talk to them and you schedule time, they are going to first find out about, they're going to ask you what you got going on now, but they're going to find out about your past, about your upbringing, about your mom, about your daddy.
Right.
And you think, why is that relevant? Because those things shape us and mold us into who we are
today, right?
And I promise you, the hard exterior and the mode that my husband can get in, that he just be like, whatever, you ain't gonna hurt me. You can't tell me that's not from his dad and the times that he's been hurt before. You cannot convince me otherwise. So he is very easy to shut down. Not that something bother him, but I'm gonna shut it down before we get to that point, so I don't have to. You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me if I don't let you hurt me. So I'm gonna put you behind this wall, and it doesn't matter. But then the unfortunate side is that your marriage suffers from that.
That's correct. Let's see. Renitra Jones says she didn't realize that we do private marriage consulting.
Yes,
we do. Crystal says my husband taught me to say, "What you mean approaches everything." Tio said, "Let's talk means."
Huh? What you mean? What?
Say what you mean approaches everything.
Oh, okay.
Tio said, "Let's talk means get on your defense."
Right, but that's why you don't say get. That's why you never say we need to talk, because it never. It said my mom and dad are crazy as, but they are married 36 years. Okay, so for those on Instagram Live, y'all know it times out. So as soon as it times out, we'll open it back up. Sorry.
All right. Nakunta says prayer's power, and I have learned to pray instead of running my mouth. So that's
we
good.
we really got. Let's say what JT say?
We get really protected.
Hit the camera up top. Okay. Yeah. Right, but see, I mean, JT, I don't want to speak to your situation, but when things happen in your childhood, even when you get to become an adult, all it takes is one major thing or something happen, and you automatically go back to that person.
Right.
Just like the situation when I had been raped when I was younger by a family member, and for the longest, Cedric would be like, "Why, when you can be outspoken and deal with everybody, outspoken and deal with everybody, real open and all that stuff, but when you come to a certain person, you couldn't." But what I came to realize, and it was so funny because it was on one of these broadcasts, is that at those very times when I got around that person, I reverted back to that 10-year-old little girl and didn't realize that I was stuck at that point. So, that's why it's important for daddies to be involved, for moms to be involved, for us to have family units, because what happens is when we don't do that, we have a lot of emotionally handicapped men and women that grow up.
Right.
And I don't care how great your mother is, she can't be your father. And I don't care how great your father is, he can't be your mother.
Well, not only that, if you don't deal with issues, then, like you said, they don't get dealt with. They just linger and they fester. Just like if you get a sore or a cut, if you don't deal with it, it's going to get infected. It's going to fester.
Correct.
So same situation. You have to deal with those issues to be able to move on. If you don't, then they'll just sit there and they'll be undercover for a while until something that reminds you of that situation happens, and it'll bring it back up. And you're like, wow, that still hurts.
But then you do a disservice to your marriage too.
Well, not just your marriage, but every relationship in your life.
Right. But people don't like to. They just don't like to. First of all, we don't have the kind of relationships that we can tell each other what's going on. They're not.
People don't want you to be honest. They want you to be. I can't think of the word. Like, they want you to
pretentious.
No, they just want you to be supportive of whatever foolishness they got going on, basically.
So what you have to ask as a wife, as a husband, do I create an environment that my spouse can share honestly?
Right.
Because one of my biggest pet peeves is to hear a woman talk to a man disrespectfully, her husband. Because one thing my grandmother said is that you don't ever put your business in the street.
Right.
Meaning that if you talk to him like he a punk, what you think other people gonna do?
Right. JT says, how do you open up without appearing weak?
You respond?
I don't know. That's my opening up was very organic. This table is look.
It was organic.
Yes.
What?
I mean, it just happened kind of naturally. I don't. It wasn't like a forced kind of thing. It just happened over time because we got. I guess we got closer. We got more connected, so it was easier to talk. So I don't know. That's a tough question.
Okay, so she says when I share with my husband, he uses it against me. So okay, but that's the thing. Your spouse has to be able to trust you.
Right. Well, that
be
means
vulnerable with you,
then.
But that means that they can't be vulnerable. Then you're still you're not connected,
right?
Because
as your spouse, what they tell you is protected, and they're not fighting fair, because when we get mad, I shouldn't bring up all of the weaknesses and things that you shared with me in confidence to use them against you. That means that I need to mature in my relationship with my spouse or whoever and be more protective of their feelings and their heart, I guess, even. Because, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I guess you do to your people you dislike, and your enemy is not somebody that you love.
But the thing about it is that, again, whenever we talk about marriage stuff, it goes for everything.
Right.
Because if for one day you are best friends with somebody and they tell you their secrets, you know their family secrets, you know what's going on, and then y'all fall out or y'all break up and y'all ain't talking no more, they should never have to worry about you spilling
all the beans,
all the stuff that they share with you, because that speaks to your character as a person. If when you get mad, you divulge what they've given to you in trust and confidence. Because above all that, your character has to be great.
Well, I don't necessarily care, but I think that's maturity, because that's stuff you do when you're a kid and you're.
It's too many adults. Now, I would agree with that on any other time, but it's too many adults that do that. So I don't think that.
Adults is not mature.
But I think that's character, because your character has to be one of integrity.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's more of a maturity issue and a growth in a relationship kind of thing, because people might not even see it in that manner.
But I'm saying, but if you start like, and like T-Berry, I really think that you guys should see somebody, and men are not as apt to go to a counselor, but we do accountability sessions and stuff, and we have a lot of couples that do that, married from months to people that's been married longer than us.
Right.
Because the thing about it is that it's not about the time, it's the quantity of your marriage.
It's not the time you've been married, but the time you put in.
Right. All right, now that was deep.
Like that.
That was deep.
Yeah.
So I definitely got it says sharing your I took my glasses off. I'm gonna read it.
Oh, sharing your wife's info with other women.
See, we heard a whole topic on that.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
That's like a dingling in the glass case in case of emergency. You break like the fire extinguisher. You don't set yourself up for that, because even the best person can have a fall, and you just don't set yourself up to be like that.
Right. I don't know if it's Kai or Shy. She asked, "How did we meet?" Maybe she's not looking hard enough. I just miss looking for a spouse. I'm not sure. Brianna says, "I concur with the relationship has to mature." Dorian says, "What advice can you give me as someone that wants to be married? My girlfriend and I want to be married to each other. We just know that this isn't our season for that next stage of our life."
Okay, so we got a couple things. So we met in a salon. I was doing nails. Mm-hmm. It was just such a weird, because he didn't even frequent that barbershop.
No, my barber's out of town.
But I'm just saying, it didn't go. It wouldn't be something that would have naturally happened. But
right. So
to me,
barber for 30 years.
And to me, it just means that when it's time for things to cross, it will happen. And we were spoiled brats, both of us, and so. We were spoiled brats, so that's why it was very difficult for us in the beginning.
She didn't want to do what I told her to do. That was the problem.
Somebody else
said Destiny.
Right? Girl, them first 5 years, I thought it was death to me, not destiny.
Exactly.
Death to me.
Destiny.
But remember, I want everybody to go. If you can't go on Facebook, I gotta upload the video to YouTube.
I was like,
but it has gone like crazy with sharing. I think I remember about the cereal. So okay.
Speak on then.
So he was speaking on likening cereal
to a relationship.
Look at Bud talking about it. And it said, do what you told him.
That's right.
Liking cereal to a relationship. And it says the first cereal was what's it called? Snap Robot? What's it called? Rice Krispie Treats.
Not treats, Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispie, I'm sorry. And it was saying Rice Krispies when you first put them in a bowl and you put water on, water.
When you first pour them in the bowl with the milk, there's a lot of snap, a lot of crackle, a lot of pop.
And a
lot of excitement.
There's a lot of excitement. They make a lot of noise. They all fresh and firm. But as they sit in the milk, which is life, they begin to
get soggy
and snap a little less.
Yes.
Pop a little less. That's i.e. hunching a little less, talking a little less.
Right.
And then after a while they just completely soggy.
Right.
So then the next one. So the next one was Cheerios.
Cheerios, yeah.
Cheerios, when you put them in a bowl, they sit on top. And then when you put the milk on, they eventually start going to the bottom.
Sink to the bottom.
Sink to the bottom.
And get soft too.
Get soft. Then there were Tricks.
Right.
And that was self-explanatory because Tricks are for kids. And that comes with people that get married.
And not ready.
Too
immature. Yeah.
Right. And so then there was another kind of series I don't know of. It's on the video. But it talked about, it was like a Rice Krispies spinoff. As soon as you put milk on it, it kind of falls apart and gets mushy like an oatmeal. But it was saying that it's people that say I do, but they really don't. So the first sign of trouble, they run.
Right.
So then the last one.
T-Bear say stay hard.
Right. The last one was shredded wheat. Shredded wheat, you can break it, crumble it. It stays crispy. And
no matter how long
it's there in milk, it is always crispy. It ain't floating to the bottom. And it is the best one for you. The healthiest one for you.
Exactly.
So we need to be liking our marriages to the shredded wheat. That no matter what life brings in our marriage, we gonna stay hard, stay on top. Right. We ain't gonna sink to the bottom.
JT say, but it's nasty. I actually love shredded wheat, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And I don't even eat cereal, but that's the only one I like, really. He also says, when you follow God, everything will fall in place. Well, he's talking to Dorian. Take the time to make yourself the best husband, friend you can be, and that will prepare you for when it is your season.
What does this person say up here?
I was raped as well. You have to revisit that hurt and set yourself free. My husband knew it was something but couldn't put his finger on it. Once I informed him, he helped me through it. My soulmate saw. I can't see what that says. Let's see more. Saw goodness in me, but noticed something happened to me as well. He endured the process with me. 14 years of togetherness, 12 years of marriage and counting. Yeah, good job. That's what it takes. It takes a team effort to get over stuff like that. And you have to be patient, because I know when we first got married, it was just really strange acting. Like,
he lied on me.
Right.
He had lied on me. I was never strange acting.
Well, you don't touch me. Don't sneak up on me. Don't caress my body. Everything like that.
Don't caress my body.
Yes.
What body?
Touch at night, you jump out the bed almost on the floor. Oh, what's going on?
Really? Y'all, he be lying on people.
Trying to take my stuff.
What? I can't read what they saying.
Thank you. I appreciate the encouragement, JT. That's what Dorian says.
What did you say there? Oh, okay, that's what you read earlier.
Somebody the shredded wheat is nasty.
But anyway,
shredded wheat is good, man.
You know, just to wrap up our topic and our conversation. Well, first of all, we always post the event on Facebook, of course, but I post a picture on Instagram Live as well. So if you have any topics that you like for us to cover, we definitely like for you to drop it underneath, or you can put it in the inbox, and we'll set it up for future dates and times so we can have a moment to put it out there. But I still don't think we came to a concrete way of do you have to change? Thank you so much.
Well, you're going to have to change something. So it's just a matter of what it is varies for each relationship.
Well, but most of the time that topic comes up when it's somebody want to go hang out with their boys.
Yeah, somebody's still trying to live a single lifestyle, but it can be other things too. Because, like, if we're married and I like doing racing cars, and that takes up a lot of time, where it takes from you, and you want to be with me, and you don't like car racing, so then what do we do at that point?
Well, usually you can come to a compromise, like.
But in the beginning of a relationship, they're not about compromising.
Okay, so that's correct. At the beginning of a relationship, it is very difficult to understand what compromise is, because and I'm gonna tell you the best way I can help you to understand compromise, because we all have different views on that. But if I give something to him, and he feels important, and that I care about what he cares about, then he will in turn give something back to me.
Right.
So, like, the more I paid attention to the things that he likes, the more I saw that he was making an effort to pay attention to things that I like. Right. Like, for instance, even the TV shows. Like, I tell you all the time, he watched Design on a Dime, Drop This House, Flip This House, Buy Me a New House, Flip It and Call It Overseas, My Tree House, My Big Pools. Oh my God, so many of those. But I started to watch some of those with him, and I wouldn't turn it on myself, but I actually enjoy it when I watch it with him. I do have a little more understanding of what he does for work, and now he will in turn come, if I'm watching something, come and watch something with me. Yeah. So it's like I had to invest in what he likes in order to get a response from him. Now, I ain't say, now I did this, now you do me. That doesn't work like that. It's not a tit for tat.
You have to do it with no expectation.
Right. Do it as a servant. If you serve your spouse, right, then I'm telling you, when you have your mindset that I want to, be the best wife or the best husband I can be, and you do what you're supposed to do regardless of how they're acting, that's what typically people fall off on. Well, I did such and such for 2 days, and he's still doing the same thing.
I didn't get the response I wanted.
We mess up on God so many times, for months, for years, and he don't throw us to the wolves. So why is it that we're so quick to throw our spouse and our family and our children away just because they don't do the same thing, do what we want them to do?
You have to have clear motives. You have to be doing it from a sincere place, and that's when you will see. And
not sarcastic or condescending, because I know
that's the thing. Because if you're doing it from the wrong place, it's not going to work, and it's going to be for a short period of time.
What's some of the things that I took my last time?
Kunta says, "You know you're wrong for that." Laugh out loud. Crystal says she can relate to what we were talking about, the testing and stuff, because she was also whatever. Terrence said, "Good night, folks. Time for Captain D. Hit it and quit it makes the best sleep," is what he says.
Boy, bye.
JT says, "I want to thank you guys. This is really a blessing. 7 months in, headed toward 80 years. Laugh out loud. God bless you both."
Ooh, boy, when you get to year 3 or 4, you're going to be like, dog, did we hit 80 yet? Because we feel like we've been on 100.
Marriage is real. Say, great job, y'all. Keep up the good work.
And we enjoyed it. Of course, we went over a little bit tonight. Tonight was slow. We didn't invite as many people as we normally do and do stuff we're supposed to do.
9:20?
Yes, we are over our time. We used to go 8 to 9, but we took a little time, everybody coming on. But I definitely appreciate everybody coming on. Like I say, if you have any topics, for those who are on Facebook, if you don't mind hitting the left-hand corner and share, let somebody else hear, because you never know who needs what God has blessed us with. We went through hell and high water, different councils, different churches to get the information that we have.
Different churches. Don't forget to also go to YouTube, Black Love United. We have all type of different videos on different topics. So if you see you have a need that you need something to speak to your marriage, a certain situation, you go in there and watch it. And hopefully it'll help you and bless your life. Also inbox us if you want some paraphernalia. Black Love United T-shirts, mugs. You see Angie was sipping on the mug with a tea. I got them the Ced Angie t-shirt, hats, blankets, umbrellas.
Why are you feeling on yourself?
Everything, whatever you need. If you want to inbox us, we'll see about getting that action out to you.
But anyway, I really enjoyed tonight. If all else fails, think about teamwork. If you think of your marriage as a team, then it won't be so much about what you need as opposed to what the other person needs in order to make. I am extremely sleepy.
So much.
I told you I'm sleepy, and you're not going to come in and harassing me tonight.
Just kiss and make up. Boom, we out. I dropped 5 on them.
That's fine.
That's your tagline you came up with.
That's on t-shirt.
Exactly, it's on a t-shirt. So I'm trying to help you with your little. I said it's not about the time that you've been married, but the time you put in.
So go share it, but also you're welcome, T-Bear. But go to the page and watch that video. Hey Angie, who's that? Hey Angie said, but I can't see it. That Queen Whitmore. Is that what's her name?
Queens Adder Whitemore. Good night, blessing to you both. On a Torella Divas, I don't know. Good night and God bless. Nakunta. What's this? Fasha says, that's the earrings? Oh, she like your earrings.
Like my earrings.
Yeah, you see, she's from Africa today.
I'm from Africa.
She's Africa.
No.
Bought like a really big dog. Woof. A small dog. Hop on one leg.
Now wait. With leg. Oh, Kim and John Moore, how you doing? So we're gonna go say black and white earrings.
Oh, black
love earrings. Oh, we got earrings.
You know, yeah, we'll make some.
We got keychains and stuff. We showed them last week. Where's the pair at?
It's gone.
Lord, we got stuff, and it's bad because we forget that we have stuff until I'm at work and people like, oh, I want a black love shirt, or I want a black love keychain. I was like, oh, okay then.
I want black love mug to sip my whatever I'm sipping.
I'm about to take my mug to work, but I'm scared it might break it.
No spirited beverages in here.
What you leave
You might be at work sipping a little something you ain't got no business.
Well, anyway, guys, it's been a long day. I'm tired.
Drink it.
We will come back again. Oh my God, my husband's so goofy. Can y'all do something with him? So anyway, like I said, we're on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, but you can catch all of our videos.
Tomorrow night we're going to come on for like 3 minutes.
Do what?
Say hello. Hey, see y'all later.
I'm going to come on and see what you say. We're going to do it too.
I'm going to say hey.
Follow us on Snapchat. We'll never snap on there.
Not 3 minutes.
I snap on my own, but he don't snap.
I snap all the time.
Black Love United on Snapchat. He's
That's
so
my hand.
dumb.
You just did it. It hurts.
So anyway, have a good night. It says, well, you know, Queen, if you want to go, like I say, to YouTube, our YouTube channel has I didn't upload the last 2, but I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to let it upload while I sleep because I'm sleeping. But,
everything on there.
If you want to go look at the videos, we have them. And I mean, I'm just telling you, somebody helped us, and I just hope that we can help others to stay married and to enjoy each other. Because as much as he get on my nerves, he's my friend. I like him. I like him a lot. Except for when he won't let me sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning.
With she? I ain't friends with she.
Who is she, baby?
Her.
But thank you for joining. Like I said, go look out. I am so sleepy, y'all.
Hey, y'all hydrate.
What's it? Can you get the link on your Facebook page? Yes.
To the YouTube?
Yes, but I can also do it right now, too.
Yeah, we're going to type it in here. Right here. Do it on me.
Do it on you?
Yeah, do it
y'all
on me.
heard him nasty about do it on him.
Do it on me. Do it on me. Right.
He is so nasty. No, it's easier for me.
Oh, you already got it saved in
And listen, tell him to stop asking questions because he want me to answer. Talking about don't we have a Facebook page?
You gonna do what I tell you to do.
He's so forceful.
And you're gonna like it. You're gonna have a good attitude about the situation.
We will go and watch. Okay, baby. So how did your fast go? Did you learn something? Did you not kill him?
I'm on a fast on Facebook too.
Boy, you never been on Facebook, so shut up. But anyway, I appreciate everybody.
That's right.
We're gonna be doing something. I'm working on a panel, a relationship panel, and I really get it out. So hopefully we can get some people there. But my intent is to be able to stream it too.
Yeah, we can.
Justin, go on there too. I want you to watch the one about cereal. It is great. You would enjoy it.
We getting ready to go in the room.
I'm going to the room and I'm going to bed.
Yeah, we going to bed.
What?
Married.
Bye, y'all. Boy, you are crazy. Stop! Oh my God, Cedric, I can't. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed right now.